Welcome back to Wednesday night. No Morph, guys. We got these two waving and stuff. That's a good sign. Everybody's in good spirits today. Hard to know when you hit this midweek if it's been a good week so far or a bad week, but we're going to make it a good one from this point forward. So, got a couple of really awesome guests tonight. Super involved in the community, super nice people. Tons of really active community stuff going on their personal side and the snake side. So it's going to be awesome to dig through a little bit of what they're doing with that, get to know them better. I know our Jamie and their Jamie interact quite a bit, but Jason and I are pretty new to Jamie and Carl. Know a little bit about who they are and have met briefly, but it's going to be a learning experience for all of us. So it'll be fun to highlight those two tonight.
How do you not interact with somebody that has your same first name and last name?
Right?
That's pretty crazy.
The odds of that are so insane. It is pretty
Yeah.
nuts, but kind of cool, kind of a cool little thing. And even the middle name has a little weird play to it. You got a Mary Lee and a
Murray. Yep.
Marie.
Marie
So
and Mary.
close, very
Yeah.
close, but you don't hit much closer than that just by happenstance, I guess is what we're
Yeah.
getting at. So
Pretty cool.
gonna be a fun show tonight, guys. Shout out to Whiskey Bomb Network. They were kind enough to shout out our show tonight, and we'll do the same back. Really good balls and things. They had Darian on from Azani, kind of a puzzle, not puzzle, but a paint specialist. Had a ton of different paint and Sentinel projects. Really nice stuff over there. Kind of doing his own thing, which is nice. You don't see a ton of clown. You don't see a ton of pied. Not a lot of the standard projects. So super cool guy and a great show. So if you missed it, go back and watch it. Those guys sent people here, and we want to send them backwards too. So I always got time for the guys over at the Whiskey Bomb crew. But some news for us. I always cover a little bit of this. I give it to Jason and Jamie first if they got anything from the week or something new that I might not have thought of. But I do have.
I don't really have anything. Last week I had a new baby gecko hatch on tonight. And this week I'm waiting for 2 more to hatch. It didn't happen before the show, but I'm still hopeful it'll happen tonight.
So if we see you peeking off to the side, it's probably that incubator camera trying to see one
Absolutely.
crawl. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we do have that going on. We've got some of those. Got snakes that are just about ready to lay. We've got some that are nesting and due any day. So should have some clutches on the ground shortly. And something we weren't really good about last year and we would like to do a better job of this year is kind of getting all of our stuff out there. And we're going to do that in a little bit different way. I know some people kind of do this, but we really want to get the channel membership started here, and that's in the benefit of not just us but everybody out there and the affiliates as well for this Forge coin. We're going to structure that channel membership really differently, I think, than we see it other places. So first couple tiers are going to be really inexpensive. I want to say it's like $3.99, something like that on the low end, jumps to like $5.99, and those two are going to have some pretty generic little benefits and things. You get first access to some of those egg cutting and clutch videos that come out. Second tier is actually going to get the first viewing of the actual cutting. That is going to be an opportunity for members kind of going forward to pick babies from those clutches. Now, that's not to say you can just claim one. Obviously, we're going to have holdbacks and we are going to set pricing and things. But if there's something in those you see, you absolutely have first dibs on any of that stuff. And then the memberships are going to take kind of a bigger jump. But the reasoning for that is it's kind of a direct deposit into Forge Coin. So you're going to get all of the base benefits, and then a 60% portion of that next tier goes directly into Forge Coin. At the fourth tier, that jumps up to 70% direct again into Forge Coin. I know that sounds a little funky, but when you think about the width and breadth of how far that Forge Coin can go, 20 affiliates now going on 23 questionable, 3 more to be added. That's getting to be a really big community of people that you can take that money that isn't trapped in a Patreon. It isn't trapped with us. You can spend that out in the community a lot of different ways. So I think that makes the membership a little more enticing, make a little more sense for more people. It's not locked into this little narrow channel to spend it in. So more details on that when we flesh that out and we get it actually set. We're going to put up, some really decent, clear instructions on how all that works, because people will be concerned, hey, I'm putting in $15 a month. What do I get back? And we're going to have that, laid out exactly to be able to see what's going on. So super excited about that. It's going to help the channel grow. It's going to give Forge affiliates a chance to shout us out more. Send people our way to get that coin kind of right back in their pockets too, however they want to look at it. But I think it's just a good community growth ethic, really. I think that's really the biggest news. We had our Epic conference Friday. If you didn't see that, I think you can still go back, register. Tons of really good content on there, almost like a online seminar of different experts in their field. Somehow we got in there on the podcasting track, by far not experts in this, but it was an opportunity because of our first year to jump in and speak to what that first year was like. So it was more starting experience section for us, not so much that we know anything or it's the way to do it. So
I mean, we
was
know
it was great.
something.
Well, sure. I mean, there's
Yeah,
little things
and
that people can pick up, but
I thought the
I
conference
was
in
just super.
general was just worthwhile. I mean, there's a ton of good speakers in there covering a pretty good breadth of topics, and the interviewers did a great job. So
Yeah,
I think it's worthwhile for sure. Go in and
absolutely.
check it out if you haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing was just run really well, and the ability to go back and rewatch any chunk you wanted or the ones you missed is really really nice too.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely pop back over there, do that. Something that our guests tonight are super involved with, and we've been shouting out every week. It's not going away until it closes up and this is done. But deeds, not words. It's still out there. Get an opportunity to give something back to these people that have given so much of themselves. Let them get back to something they enjoyed prior and maybe don't get the opportunity to do that now. Pick up a shirt. Every bit that goes into this goes directly to that Camp Freedom and gets these guys something they can do outside of their normal everyday. So a little way to give back to, again, somebody that's given so much to us. So want to thank all those guys and the Fat Man Nation over there and everybody involved with this for what they're doing. We think that's a pretty awesome cause. So if you
For sure.
haven't seen it, jump over to Fat Man Nation. All the stuff's posted there. Pick up a shirt, all different tiers to donate direct, however you want to do it. So definitely worthwhile, guys. Don't skip on that one. And we talked about affiliates a little bit, but we hand this one off to Jamie, and she's got to be a speed reader now. You ready, Jamie? Got some
Yeah.
new ones.
As it gets longer, my talk gets a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's growing and I love it. It looks fantastic. So instead of doing the whole rundown of everything, I just going to go through, shout out your business. And I did create a link tree. So feel free to go ahead, post that on your Instagrams. You can use that. I made it for all of you guys to use. So, ForgeCoin affiliates, we've got Big D's Pythons and Geckos, Graceful Pythons, ShedTesting.com, Angel Carl Reptiles, BNS Reptilia, Bull Pythons, Rippin' Reptiles, Bone Daddy Serpents, Ramries Royals, Big D's, nope, D's Balls and Exotics, Rat Bastard Royals, Blue Zombie Morphs, Having a Ball Pythons, Texoma Exotics, Edge of Panic, Flexin and Finesse and Reptiles, Mission Morphs, Mommy and Me Geckos, and Capital City Ball Pythons. If you want to be an affiliate, all you have to do is reach out to us, let us know, and shoot your logo over to us. We'll get you added.
For sure. And that's growing so well. Everybody in there, I mean,
Yeah.
they have the obvious questions. Hey, what's involved? Any completely open. We'll have the little chat with you. It's very simple though, guys. Dollar to dollar, we just reimburse for where the coin is spent. So everybody's benefit to just get as much coin out there as we can get out there. So it's a good deal. Appreciate that, Jamie. And that's getting to be a long list. We're going to turn that into something, guys, so we don't have to speak on it every week. It's going to be a quick reel where we can highlight everybody and appreciate them individually. So, Jason, it's your turn. I think you know the deal.
I do know the deal, and I think everybody out there knows the deal too. So Chris over at B&S Reptilia, for all of your substrate needs, go check out the Coco2go. Excellent product. We've tried it. We love it. And the chipper. And again, Chris takes the Forge coin, as you just saw. So bundle up that Forge coin, go over there and get your substrate from Chris, or pick from his animals too. He's got several species of snakes other than just the ball pythons.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Chris is an awesome guy.
And
100%.
his t-shirts are super soft.
Yeah, they are. Right.
Just going to throw that out there.
They are. We got them. We're like, oh, new pillowcase, maybe.
Yeah.
Slide that. They're so soft. I don't know. I think it's the Bella canvas, but it's like some special version of that. Because
I just love that t-shirt. Yeah.
For sure. 100%. So yeah, without further ado, guys, we got just a list of people to say hi to in the audience, and we'll get our guests out here.
Yeah.
You know, one of them's turning into a pumpkin real slowly. We want to get that. Blue Zombie, got him on tonight. Appreciate Vance always and the Dead Man crew over there. Has the Thunderdome on Saturdays, guys, midday. If you get a chance, pop over there and watch it. It's a great, great show. Have a good time on there. Yo, hope you all having a good night. Okay. TV watching is what Jamie and I do too. Appreciate you, Ken. Thanks for popping out. Sammy, 2%. Appreciate you, Pink Panther. Thank you for coming out, sir. Get a good morning, everybody. Every day, just about from Sammy.
Yeah, for sure.
Morph Avenue, Mike Duval. Hope you're doing well, sir. Always good to see you out there. Appreciate it. We got Melissa, some local to us, the DDM reptile group over there. Dustin, Melissa, super nice people. Moving in and moving up and getting stuff settled on their side. So good to see that getting turned around for that family. It's awesome. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. We got Mark Middlestead. He's one of the affiliates too. Rat Bastard out in the Pacific Northwest, kind of in that Nikki and Kurt crew with Irresistibles and D's balls out there. All those guys. Shauna, Concrete Hearts going out. Good to see you here tonight. That's the wheels on the Fat Man bus that keep rolling. Got James B. Easy, another Pacific Northwest guy, I believe. I think he's out that way, but appreciate you, sir. Brave, we're going to pin down Brave one of these weeks and talk him into coming in and talking to us from the really young side. College student right now, I believe, in biology. So it'd be cool to talk to him. Jason Opelt, we got a song for you. It's not the song, but we're going to see if we get caught on this one because I feel like this is right in your alley, too. So, theme song for Jason Opelt has been in every week since we started this, but pretty sure we're getting copyrighted on that. Thanks a lot, Jason. Appreciate that. Tim, sitting on the couch. As always.
You just got to settle, Jason. You get the song that we can get away with.
Right? We're going to find one that doesn't get us hooked, but appreciate you coming out, Dad. Good to see you. We got Dickie Foster. He's been in pretty regular, too. He stepped in 2-3 weeks ago, and he's been back ever since, so appreciate that, man. Good to see you coming back. Silent Assassin. We've got some Pilsner glasses getting wrapped up. I'm struggling on how to ship those safely. I got 1 or 2 shipped out, and they seem to get there, but that's not a simple thing. When you don't have the materials to do that, it's like, it's a piece of glass. I don't know if this is going to make it, so it's on its way, though. Josh, good to see you, sir, over there at Mantooth Captive Bred. Super nice guy, super knowledgeable. Got some amazing animals, too. Connie,
upcoming
the
guest.
other half of the... He is the upcoming guest, yep. I wasn't sure what date we settled on, so I wasn't going to throw that out there quite yet.
It's coming up in a couple weeks.
Okay. Yeah, schedule her down there. Mrs. Secret Plans. But Connie, other side of the couch from Tim there. Appreciate her coming out. Thanks, Mom. Dumbala crew. Good to see you folks in here. They've been pretty consistent, too. Seems like we get a nice group in here every week, man. Same faces, same smiles. I'm imagining smiles, laughing at the dumb things I'm saying. But what'd you get, a bit of backache in the middle of that? Oh, no. Okay, balls deep. Chris, yeah, good to see you, Chris. Thanks for swinging out, man. Jamie's got your stuff on tonight. It's a great logo, too, man. I
my
really
aching back.
Yeah, I was like, what do you got, aching back over there? Is that chair getting the mess to you? But no, good to see Chris hanging out here. Appreciate it for sure.
Double dipping.
Oh, double dippers. They must have been muted over there. I didn't hear keyboards or anything clicking away, so they're pretty sneaky about it. We got Python Portal Will. Good to see you, sir. Just had his first expo, and it was a flash expo. You got a last minute invite to the thing and packed his stuff up and went. So kudos to him on just jumping off the boat into the ocean there. But had some really neat ideas. I know he chuckled, but got to go watch his video he put up on YouTube. More concrete hearts. I can't do those things.
Mine's just a circle, man. Just do the circle. If you hold it sideways, they can't tell. You must talk about how great it is.
Right. Can't judge you on your shape formation.
Right.
Holly, good to see you. Always good to see you. Another affiliate there. Holly's awesome to see every time. We had her on not too far back either, and her and Bobby, man, we had some laughs going.
That was fun, yeah.
It was a great show, yep. Double Muscle Fitness. Not sure who this is. Probably part of Chris's group, I'm guessing. Flexing and finessing. Probably one of those buddies, but we're welcoming new faces anytime we see them for sure.
Absolutely.
We got Jose. Sorry, wrong account. Uh-oh. I don't know what that means.
What?
But I don't know
what that means either.
I'm sure it's if we look back in the chat, he's talking to someone. But good to see Jose back in here.
Yeah.
Appreciate him 100%. We got John down there in Mission Morphs. Good to see that family too.
Pouring beer, John.
What's that?
I said I was pouring beer, John.
Oh, gotcha. Big Dan, Vision Quest, Florida side. Got a couple snakes coming up from Dan shortly here, so looking forward to seeing those. Trying to get some of what he's got on puzzle up this way. So, Kike, good to see you, sir. I always appreciate all the family posts you got up. Awesome to see everybody progressing well. Emily, we need to get you a song too, but I don't even know where to start with you. It's going to be a wide range of stuff from, I think, Beastie Boys to, I don't know, some old Beatles or Steely Dan or something. Yeah. Where are we sitting, Jamie?
I think we're about done.
Nice.
I'm scrolling towards the end here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody.
But those two are local to us too. It's kind of nice to see how many people actually pop in that are in our area. You know, that's awesome.
The other half.
The other half, and man, we have one for him. the Emerable Samuel DeHaven of the Northern Realms. I don't know. Samuel DeHaven just sounds so regal to me for some reason. It's a regal sounding name, but
done.
That's it. We're through it. Appreciate everybody sitting out there and patient with us. Got to say hi to everybody. We got one commercial for the first sponsor to hop on board with us, and we'll be right back with our guests tonight. Ran a little long, but we're going to push through it, guys. Grab a beer, grab a drink, go to the bathroom, or sit and watch an awesome commercial. Coming right back, guys. If I can find the commercial. Where did I put it? There it is. Yeah, so we're back, and that's Charlie. We added in a few more of the things. He just released Lace and Monarch also, so some big ones people were waiting on there. Definitely jump over there and give him a first shot if you need some sheds checked. But
yeah, he accepts Forgecoin too.
You know what? He does. Jamie, are you ready? Chill backstage, get some trivia stuff lined up, because I know our guests are antsy, and we're antsy to have them out here. So
yeah, we're
going to pop you backstage, and we're going to welcome that couple out here. Jamie and Carl from Graceful Pythons, and now Graceful Pythons and Prints. Right? Did I see that added in there too?
Yes, it's official now.
Yep.
It's officially on the logo. I caught that somehow. I don't know. I spotted it when I was moving things around the other day doing some graphic work, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, we better touch on that tonight. Is that officially a full catalog posted somewhere? Is this a website we can browse things at?
So
Oh, Carl.
yeah, Etsy. So we have an Etsy store. We also have some of the listings on Facebook Marketplace, and it's still a work in progress as far as building the catalog of available prints. But all of our reptile hides and things like that are on there. So
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Nice. And that's great to be able to go look and see what you're actually browsing. You can have the conversation, but it's not quite the same, see
right.
see exactly what it is. So that's awesome. I know that was something you guys have been trying to do for some time, but for the
Yeah.
people out there, oh, go ahead.
No, I told him a long time ago. So when we got married, he had a ton of hobbies and I didn't have any. I was like a single mom, going to school, all that stuff. So that my time was wrapped up. So when I got into the snakes, he was doing jeeping and piano tuning and bonsais and plants and
All the hobbies.
cross stitch and all kinds of things. And so
Yeah.
I said, you can't start another hobby unless it feeds into one of your current hobbies. Like we can't have all these different things. And so
Right.
Challenge accepted.
he did 3D printing and built
Right. And he just stepped right in and said, that's fine.
Yeah,
3D printing it is. Yep.
that's right.
Okay. Cool. All right. So a lot of people in here obviously are going to know you, but I know you saw a bunch of names you didn't know, and they probably aren't familiar with you either. I've kind of just went on the assumption people did, but that's not right of me. I'm going to give you guys a chance to introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about your history, where you're from, where you're located now, and just a little backstory if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is our second year breeding. So we're kind of new to the whole scene. And I got into breeding because I homeschool my kids. And I was telling him, like, we could just do it for a genetic product. We just
It'd be a
need
few
like
snakes.
three, just three. That's all we need. And then
Yeah.
three turned into 60, like in a year. So,
That's how it goes.
but we joke about that. No, during COVID, I quit my job and to homeschool the boys because it was all crazy. And we had 2 middle schoolers at the time. So I quit my job and started that and then watching YouTube and we got into various other things. And then I realized that I didn't want to go back to work when my kids got out of high school. So I was like trying to figure out what I was going to do after they left high school. And so at the time we were doing foster care and we started watching YouTube because we had a corn snake at the time. And so one of the little girls that we were fostering really liked the corn snake. And so that's how I found Snake Discovery and Bob Balezzo's green room pythons. And I was like, holy cow. Okay. I used to keep ball pythons when I was in my 20s and we just had fancy and normals. And I didn't know that there was like what a banana was or any of these things. And so then that's when I went down the rabbit hole of genetics. And I'm like, hey, I'm teaching genetics next year. I said, there's a reptile show on Father's Day. You want to go to it? And so at that show, we bought our first snake and our first rack, and I had to fill that rack. And then I bought another rack, and that's how it happened.
Sounds familiar.
It does,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like exactly 99, well, I won't say that.
He did it, though.
But 90% of people. Yeah.
I did.
It was just another way for him to pull in another hobby. He's
Mhm.
just a hobby guy.
Yeah.
This
It's
was
so
just another
funny because even today I saw people texting or posting on Instagram in the private chats like, I need to find me a sugar mama. Well, I got me a sugar daddy. He buys my snakes.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome. So it went obviously from 0 to 60 in a pretty short order. Like, what was that time frame? If you were to guess, like what was the big bulk of that growth?
Yeah,
6
so the
months,
first year,
year?
like 6 months.
Yeah, about
So
6 months, yeah.
we got our first snake, which was a banana. That was our boy. That's the dad to almost all of our babies last year. And he got me the camera and all these things. And he's kept trying to, because I knew I had to do social media. And social media is what scared me. So before I even got ball pythons, I had like a Facebook account that I only kept because we're both veterans. So when I was in the military, that's how I kept track of my family and what they were doing was Facebook. But that was it. Like I was not a social media person at all. So very private person. So that was the part I was more scared of than getting bit by the snakes or anything. I was not scared of the snakes at all. It was the social
Sure.
media stuff. So that was the first time I started an Instagram account, and it was fun. I do like Instagram. I was surprised to see I'm good at it.
Yeah, she's a natural.
YouTube scares the crap out of me though, so I need to do more stuff on the YouTube channel. I don't know what's just different. I can go live on Instagram and I'm completely comfortable, but I don't know what the heck to do with when I'm supposed to record, and then I just critique the crap out of myself, I guess. But whatever, I'll get over it. We're going to do more YouTube content this year on our clutches and things. So I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that.
You'll be good at it. Just based on your Instagram, yeah, you'll do fine.
Thank you.
It'll go just fine, and that's so true. I think everybody is their own worst critic. You know, if you put out what you felt like was a terrible video, 80% of the response to that is like, "Hey, it looked great. It was natural. It was fine." You know, and
yeah,
you beat yourself up over silly things in the end. You know, and it's like, just put it out there. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's that lifespan of something too. Like once you put it out there, it feels like, well, that's permanently there and it's going to be judged forever. You know what I mean? And it's like that, the live you can have and be done with it, and it feels like it just goes away. You know what I mean? So I get it. Definitely something you guys will be just fine at, though. I'm looking forward to that stage. We need to do the same. We're terrible about recorded content. So yeah, we definitely need to step
I do like to record. I did record last year. We only had 3 clutches. So I do record for like records that people could go back and see the clutch and the parents and all that stuff. But I want to do it with more intention other than that and be more consistent on it and YouTube. So
So I got a hot seat prepper for you, Jamie. So you said your first ball python was a banana, right?
Yeah.
Do you know
what this Jamie's time?
Oh, do you know what Jamie's first ball python was?
Was it a banana too?
It was a banana.
Yeah, so mine's banana has died. So you were better than me, but that's okay.
When you said that, it clicked to me. I'm like, wow, these two are something else, man.
It's scary.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
She's my doppelganger.
It is. It's just wild. But yeah, I'm trying to. We'll just avoid that part of it until she can get out here, and we'll find all those connections on their own.
Yeah.
You talked a little bit about both being veterans. I see you both have Deeds to Words shirts on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, which is great. That's awesome. Kind of something obviously that's going to just fall right in your lap as natural, and you want to support. Yep, that was my next question. You mentioned that pre-show, but you're listed there. You're bookending the thing.
So that's right.
Graceful on both ends. So tell us a little bit about, like, you knew about this camp ahead of time and thought, man, that's exactly what we already pictured, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. So being on Instagram, I started with following a bunch of snakes, but I'm also a veteran and I'm also a Christian. So that's basically everybody I follow. If you're a veteran or a Christian or snakes, I'm following you. So I was already following Camp Freedom. It's a fabulous, fabulous program up in PA where they take the veterans out and put them back into nature, get them back into doing the things they did before they got wounded or before they went through whatever they had to go through in war, and gets them back to feeling normal again. And even just to be able to do things they can't do. So going fishing or going hunting, or they just do all kinds of stuff. And it's really, really wonderful. And so if you haven't gotten a shirt, be like Jamie, be like Carl, get one for the entire family. We ordered one for all of our boys. I try to get a picture of all of us together to prove it, but teenage boys, they run away too fast.
Yeah, good luck getting them sitting still.
It's like herding cats, my husband says. It's like herding cats. That's right.
Yes, absolutely. And kids. Now, you've had kids. You mentioned fostering. You've done some different things in that arena, but you've had steady kids that you actually adopted from that program. How many currently, and are any of them involved in this side of it, or are they just completely doing their own thing?
Yeah, so we have 3 boys. I have a birth son that came to us in our, when we got married. He came with me. And then Carl had adopted one, and then we adopted one together. So we have 2 17-year-olds and an 11-year-old. And the teenagers liked the snakes for like 5 seconds, and then they realized they were girls. And so
Yeah, and our
But
Okay.
go ahead.
I was saying our boys being 17. Every time people ask, they'll say, "Oh, you have twins?" And I like telling them, just leaving it at, "No, they're 2 months apart," and watching their eyes twitch a little bit.
Like trying to
Like,
figure
how's that
that
work,
out.
right? And just let them try to figure it out.
He
Right.
is not biologically related to any of them, but they all look like him.
Yeah.
They all look
It's,
like him,
it's
which
crazy,
throws
right?
everybody off, which is
Yeah.
funny. But
Yeah.
but they help me around the house. They've picked up extra chores because I take care of the snakes and the reptiles. My youngest likes the snakes, and so he'll come in and hold them while I clean the tubs. And he wants to help me with the YouTube this summer. So I told him, you got to wait till you're out of school. You got to make sure, because he struggles with school, but you got to wait till you get out of school, and then you can help me in the summer. So in the summer on YouTube, you'll probably be seeing some kid game fun ideas, and we're just gonna have fun with it this summer.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be awesome to see that progress. I always ask because we do see a huge range in that side too. Like bigger families, 4 to 6 kids, and maybe 1 out of the 6 has any interest. And if they do, it's kind of minor, But the other side is all of them have some part. Like this one loves to do, like you say, the social media side, or this one just loves to clean the tubs and handle the animals. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to see that.
And they all have their own animals. So they don't take care of my animals, but my 17-year-old, he has a corn snake that he takes care of, and he takes care of the cats. And then my other son, the other 17-year-old, he takes care of the chickens, because we have 5 chickens in the backyards for eggs. And then my youngest feeds the dogs, and he has an axolotl. So they are learning responsibility through their pets. It's just they don't really like my time. It's my time at work. I'm not a mom. I'm going, especially in the rat shed. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
That's my time. I listen to my podcasts, and then I take
You
care
got
of things in the morning.
You've got a lot of animals. I mean,
Yeah.
add that all up. That's a lot. That's a handful for sure.
For a little while, we had 4 goats as well, but that got
Yeah,
to
we
be a little much.
Really?
Well, we
Wow.
have the goats. I don't like the goats. They're cute, but they just poop everywhere.
Yeah.
They just poop everywhere.
Yep, and they follow you worse than a puppy dog does.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Up
for
on
sure.
vehicles or on top of everything. I don't know what it is with goats and being on stuff.
But
But
if you have goats, they love animal crackers. It's
I
like
don't know what's in an animal
goat
cracker,
crack.
but they love
They
it.
love it. Love it.
Yeah.
okay. I know they like sweets,
Yeah.
but that's odd. So you must be rural. You can't be in town. I mean, are you on acreage out of town? How's that scenario?
So we're in
work?
Tennessee, and
Yeah.
Tennessee is weird. So we are in Oak Ridge.
Yeah, we are in city limits, but we have about an acre and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you've
And
got
we're not
some.
in an HOA, so nobody really cares.
Nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Gets-
No, we're looking to get further out in the country, but yeah, nobody really cares.
You still have to have space. I mean, an acre and a half at least gives you. When you say goats, I can't picture suburb. You know what I mean?
No.
It just isn't going to work.
Right.
But acre and
Yeah.
a half is a little different. So
Yeah, and it's wooded. That's why we got the goats, so they could
They ate all
So-
the vines and the.
they did one year, and then I was done with them because they literally
just
poop everywhere.
Just to clarify, none of the neighbors care, or you don't care if they care?
No, our neighbors don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, neighbors did not care.
All right.
right.
That works.
So you didn't mention rat shed. Do you do your own rats too?
Well, I do. So I call it a rat shack because it sounds nice, but I do ASFs. So
Okay.
we grow our own ASFs in our garage, and we have because I was so petrified of them getting out and into my house. We bought a metal shed and put that in our garage, and so they're in a shed in the garage.
And they are little
Gotcha.
escape artists, so every now and then they do get out, but they haven't figured out how to escape the shed.
Right.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
It has served its purpose.
Not yet, she says. You're not so sure that's a long-term thing.
So far, it's doing really good, and I like it. And then we actually have 5-gallon bucket live traps. So there's like a little ramp if they get out.
Yep.
But they actually haven't gotten out. They got out a bunch when we bought them. We got a whole bunch of them with the racks and everything, and they were homemade racks. And I don't think they moved well because then they were like getting out. And so then we bought the tubs from. We have tubs now, a whole tub system.
Yeah, it's the same tubs Billy uses.
Yeah, the same tubs that Billy uses for our breeders, and then we have the other ones for the grout. So we have both of the rodent tubs. I just forget right now where they're from, and
Sure, gotcha.
inside there. And those are working for us.
Mhm.
But eventually we'll move to like a rack system, but there's money that's going everywhere. So this works right now
Wow.
for us.
Are you
Absolutely.
making enough to feed everybody?
Yes, we're making enough to feed everybody. I do buy frozen mice and frozen rats to feed the snakes that we know are going to go to customers. So they'll get all of them. That way I know they'll take all of them. But our collection gets ASFs, and we have enough to support our collection. And I have a couple consistent customers that come for ASFs that I can support too.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice to be at
it
that
helps pay
size.
for their food. So
Yeah.
they're basically free.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
That's the goal, right? Is to have that kind of offset itself to where it's a self-sustained process. You know,
Yeah.
we're not there yet. Unfortunately, we went way too far into the snakes before we decided rats were a necessity. So
Well, I didn't want
that's
to do this, and then we just fell
yeah,
into a deal. And Carl's like, well, "Okay, we're gonna do this." And
Yeah,
actually,
kinda
I don't
pushed her.
mind it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. They stink, but I don't mind it. They're. I've not gotten bit. ASFs are not mean. At least the ones that I have aren't. They're really nice. I've never gotten bit. They're real chill. I just pick them up. They're not even flailing around or anything. They just kind of hang there. They're great.
Yeah, and you went
yeah.
the right direction for as far as smell goes, because the Norwegians are way worse. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yes, mice worse yet. So
mice.
it's
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's crazy how much that ramps up between those species. Yeah, Jamie's laughing back there. We hear her, but got
Yeah.
her with the just dangling there because that's what we do every weekend as we're
Yeah.
swapping them, you know. But
And then we have a couple. So I have a couple customers that have bought snakes from me last year, and we also supply them with the frozen feeders too, because we can buy them for cheaper, buy them in bulk. A lot of pet owners don't want to keep a ton of frozen rodents in their freezer, so we'll give them a monthly supply, and we just pay them, charge them a little bit extra than what we paid for, just to make a slight profit. But it's still cheaper than buying them at PetSmart. So
heck
Oh,
yeah, absolutely, yep. So what are the numbers you're sitting at now? I mean, you kind of just threw a 60 out there, but is that what you're sitting with for a collection now?
I
Is
think
roughly
now
60?
actually, yeah, 61.
61.
61.
Oh, okay. So that was actually very close. I thought you were
Yeah.
just kind of throwing a random number out there, but okay, cool. That's a really nice size, honestly. Supports specific projects you want to do, or are you still kind of weeding that out what you really want to be in, or are you really set and driven towards a particular result, I guess is what I'm getting at.
So when we first got in, he liked Pied, so we got a lot of Pied. And I still, Pied will always be here. Pied is beautiful. And we ended up getting clowns because you can get clowns at a good price. I know a lot of people say they got in and they buy pretty snakes. And I did. I bought pretty snakes. But all my snakes still, because I went into it from learning the genetics, from wanting to teach the kids the genetics, knowing the difference between what a recessive is and what a dominant trait is and what you would need for it to work, that all of our snakes do work together. And I did buy very nice versions of the genes. So I'm not really sad about what I bought, but we are going through our collection now and trying to figure out what our focus is. And so I got real excited about a snake I have over here, and I don't know if you want to go into it. So it's a new gene for me. So
Okay.
Pied will always be here. Clown will always be here. I love Desert Ghost. Desert Ghost was probably the first gene that I got really excited about. And so we went heavy on breeding Desert Ghost into our collections. We got a visual male Desert Ghost het Pied that's going to be like doing a lot of our Pied breedings right this year. So we won't make visual Desert Ghosts, but we're going for Desert Ghost Pieds. But I also have a breeding loan over here. My first time seeing a full grown monarch that is phenomenal. And I'm so excited about the monarch. So we'll definitely be doing some stuff with that too. Absolutely.
Absolutely. We'll definitely get into that side of it and see some of your animals too, but just a general feel. So your clowns, Pied, monarch, and DG.
Yep.
Okay. And that's like the base of where you're starting. Obviously, you're putting in different codoms and things into this, but that's your base project.
I'm dabbling in sunset because like I've got a little bit of hets and I got some stuff happening there. So not huge, but I would say mostly we are Clown, Pie, Desert Ghost, and definitely going to be Monarch. Monarch is awesome.
Nice. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's a great, like Will just said, he's dead on. I mean, that's a great base. You have plenty to work with. All those combos play nicely together if you are to cross between. So awesome. And Monarch's a great choice. I know there's a lot of back and forth on Monarch, Ultramel, this and that. They're similar, but they're definitely both have a place, right? I mean,
they're
they
both
have
beautiful.
their own.
They're both
Yeah,
beautiful.
they have their own
you
lane.
can't get the
so.
plums that I like. There's some really deep, dark purples. I like that dark color. And Ultramel is brighter. And so if you wanted to go for like a brighter orange palette, or a peachy palette, then then Ultramel is what you want. But I really like the plum color. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Just different taste. And that's the thing. Like you can have both in the same collection. I don't understand the either or thing, right?
No, I don't think they're different. I mean, I don't think they're the same. They're definitely different. It's like they're definitely different. So
yeah. Oh, absolutely. For sure. No, that's awesome. Monarch's a great gene. Looking forward to hear what we won't dig too hard. Maybe you got some stuff you don't want to talk about too much in that, but I do want to know what you plan for Monarch. So we'll touch on that for sure. Now we got all the base out of the way. I can kind of see some orange creeping in on the left side over there, but behind the glasses a little bit on Carl. We don't need him to turn into a pumpkin. We're going.
He's being facetious.
I get it.
Yeah. So we're going to do the hot seat a little earlier than we normally do. We're going to involve Jamie with both of you. And Carl, I know you do super early in the morning. And thank you for coming out and staying out with us. I know this gets late on a weeknight for a lot of people. So appreciate that 100%, but we won't delay you. You're going right into the fire first, just because you're putting us on the spot. You, sir, are going on the spot. So are you ready?
Sure.
All right, we'll just jam you in there. Get this.
All right.
Jamie's laughing back there already. So here we go, guys. Hot seat time, good and early. All right, swap it up.
It's time to play the game. It's time to play the game. Let's go.
Welcome to my hot seat, Carl.
All right.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I am ready. I'm curious to see your answers. This is always really fun for me. All right. Airplanes or trains?
Oh, trains.
Would you rather live in a world with no music or no color?
No color, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sad though, huh?
Hard choice.
play the piano.
Oh, yes. Music is fantastic. Yeah. So is color. That's a hard question. Sorry I gave that question to you.
People back in the 30s.
Oh my gosh, people in the 30s did it. You're so funny.
Do you consider yourself a leader or a follower?
I guess it depends on the situation, but more a leader, I guess.
Okay. When you were a youngster, what was your dream job?
I thought that I was going to go to Penn State they have a landscape architecture program, and I wanted to work at Disney doing their landscape architecture.
That would be so cool.
Yes, and I went about as far away from that as I could when I realized what it would cost.
That's okay.
Most the joke was he joined the he was in the submarine force, so he was underwater and completely away from plants.
Right. You're going out to eat. Are you going to order shrimp or steak?
Shrimp.
Would you rather speak in front of a large crowd or sing to a small group?
I'll speak in front of a large crowd.
Rock climbing or scuba diving?
Scuba diving.
Would you rather see the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls?
Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Have you ever seen either of them?
I saw the Niagara Falls when I was like 6, so I don't really remember it very well.
Okay. Yeah.
And I saw the Grand Canyon for about 5 minutes with my ex.
That's a sore story.
That's a sore story. We
Right.
finally got there, and she said, "That's just a hole in the ground. Can we go?" I mean, I kid you not.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh.
A mile deep hole in the ground, but sure.
Right. Archery or shooting trap?
Archery.
What's your go-to restaurant?
Um, it,
Be honest.
what?
Be honest.
I
Be
guess
honest.
get sushi, or sushi or something like that. Yeah,
Sushi, but you can eat as much as you want.
that's true.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh, I think I'd like to fly.
Yeah, you don't want to like put the flames out or anything like that? Action or adventure?
Adventure,
Are you more of a history museum kind of guy or a live concert?
live concert.
Would you rather cook for 20 people or pay for 20 people to go out to eat?
I think I'd rather cook for 20 people.
20 people.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Would you rather come across a skunk or a mountain lion during a hike?
Skunk.
Family camping trip or water park adventure?
Water park.
Yeah.
But I like both. I mean,
yeah. What's that?
I said I like both.
Yeah, of course. Most of them are supposed to be like that. You have to choose one. What do you enjoy most about the reptile community?
I really enjoy how supportive they are of each other. And maybe it wasn't always this way, but just seeing how it doesn't seem to be cutthroat like some communities are.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to be in it just trying to get ahead for themselves. And when somebody falls, whether it be from sickness or death or whatever, everybody rallies to support that. And that really
Absolutely.
means a lot.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really awesome. Great community.
Yeah.
What is one goal you have for 2025?
I want to, I guess, learn more of the 3D modeling and so that I can learn how to make more things myself.
Yeah. I saw that you started doing like little snakes and critters.
Yes, but I haven't actually designed any of those.
So we were part of like a Patreon, but it's not Patreon.
It's a lifetime
subscription where we can use their stuff. So, but it is cool. This is an articulated pit viper.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Opens up. So we're pretty.
When you guys start vending, do you plan on selling some of your 3D items on the table as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's why we added the print. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. That's so cool. I'm excited about that for you guys.
Yeah.
If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would it be?
Ooh.
It's the same one that your guest last week said. I know it. He doesn't know what they said, but I know it.
I don't know what they said. Any cartoon character. Tommy
or Yavanka, Jamie? Which one said
Tommy?
Okay, I know who it is then.
Who's your favorite cartoon character? I don't understand why you're taking this long to think about it.
It's really hard choice. So it'd probably have to be Roger Rabbit.
What?
Okay.
She's probably
not
Superman.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, I didn't even think about him. Right? Yeah.
That's his favorite. He wears a tie and all. I mean, he doesn't have any Roger Rabbit stuff. He has all kinds of Marvin the Martian stuff.
Yeah. Well, you kind of look like Jessica, so.
Oh, that's so nice. You're too nice. Yeah. You're lying. Pinocchio.
Okay. If you could go back in time and talk to little Carl, what would you tell him?
I don't know. Sometimes. I can't say that on a recorded video. No, I mean, there's things you look back and you're like, oh, that'd be neat to change. But,
Everything
if I
happens
had
for a
changed,
reason.
if I had changed any of those, I wouldn't have met her or have any of
Right.
our other two kids, or maybe even Joseph. And
Yeah.
I'll just tell them, enjoy the ride, and
Everything's going to work out.
everything will be fine.
Awesome. That's a great answer,
Yeah.
Carl. You survived the hot seat. How do you feel?
Yay!
You didn't even turn into a pumpkin during it.
Yeah, not yet.
Roasted pumpkin. We're going to shoot right over to Jamie's turn.
All right.
Yeah. I wanna
All
go
right.
ahead.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Christmas or Easter?
Okay. Easter, and that just changed here recently, but Easter.
Okay. Dr. Pepper or water?
Oh, water. Dr. Pepper's gross.
She can't be right all the time.
Banana or pied?
Oh, both. We can put them together, and it's beautiful. I have to say banana.
agree.
I have to say
Okay.
banana.
Flannel or sweater?
Oh. With leggings?
Sure.
Okay, then a sweater.
What about jeans?
Then it's a flannel and a
Okay.
and a top. Yeah.
You're funny. You're like me. Renaissance Festival or fair?
Renaissance Festival, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you go to the Renaissance, do you dress up?
Absolutely.
Yes. I want to see pictures of you guys. Book sale or bake sale?
Book sale.
Okay. Mountains or ocean?
Mountains.
Poetry or short stories?
Oh, poetry.
Okay. Do you write any poetry?
I used to. Horrible poetry from high school I still have in the closet.
Yeah, same. That's too funny. Residential or commercial?
What?
I don't know. I think that one got left in there. I'm sorry. My bad. So we'll skip that one. Would you rather read people's thoughts or have them read yours?
Oh gosh, nobody needs to be in my mind. It doesn't stop. So I basically read people's minds now. So we'll just go with that one.
Okay. Action or romantic comedy?
Action.
Victorian or contemporary?
Victorian.
Okay. Would you rather always sing or bust a move every time you enter a room?
Oh, those are both good.
I've never seen her bust a move.
Yeah.
I've never seen you bust a move.
I wish I still could. I'm old now. I always sing, so I'll just say I sing, but I like to bust a move too.
Okay. Are you going to test the water or jump right in?
Oh, I have to test the water first.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather give or receive?
Give.
Okay. If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would it be?
Lisa Simpson.
Lisa Simpson. Nobody's ever said that. Very cool.
Lisa Simpson.
What is your favorite and least favorite thing about breeding?
Oh, my favorite thing about breeding is being able to see all those little babies hatch out of the eggs. That's fun.
Yes.
Like cutting the eggs and seeing their little faces for the first time and then making little bubbles. The bubbles are the best. And the worst part is waiting for that to happen.
I know. It's like those days go so long.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know she's not going to lay anytime soon. I keep thinking, any eggs? Any eggs yet? Oh my gosh. It's horrible.
It is horrible. It's torture. Who are 3 of your go-to mentors?
So it would be the Herp and Harbins, both Josh and Alicia, but they'll count as one.
Okay.
And then Shane from Small Town Exotics, and then Holly from Texoma Exotics.
Okay. Awesome. Great people. If you could restart your business, is there anything you would do differently?
I mean, yeah, probably. I probably would do some things differently. And because now I know more of what I like. So there would be some animals that I probably wouldn't have purchased so that I could save that money. But I'm not going to be that person ever. I'm going to buy the animal I want. So I probably would like to say that I would do differently, but I actually probably wouldn't do it any different.
You're so funny. I love that. Then your final question in the hot seat. If you could go back in time and talk to little Jamie, what would you tell her?
I would not tell her anything. I would drive myself crazy. Even just like if I said just like one thing, I would overanalyze it and turn it into this gigantic thing. Like you need to eat more salads. I'd be like, why am I going to be like 500 pounds? So I can't. I would say nothing. I wouldn't even look at her. She wouldn't even see me. I'd be like,
I wouldn't even look at her. You do you, boo.
It works out just fine. You're fine. It's good.
That's so funny. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming to my hot seat. I appreciate everybody who's here tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe.
Awesome
So
hot seats,
fun.
guys.
That was so much
Jamie,
fun.
It was.
You two
I'm gonna
get
stay out
me
here
cracking
now.
up. Yeah, we're gonna leave you out here, and because that's just too good. It's too funny when you guys get going.
I
But
thought
she
maybe
covered
Jamie-
a lot of the. What's that?
I thought maybe Jamie was going to follow up the residential commercial with yes or no.
Right?
I was like,
That was error on my side.
was there supposed to be more to that one, or
No, it was
oh
like not deleted from last week.
I think it was supposed to be for a construction worker. Yeah.
Or-
What would you rather
Nope.
work on, right?
Oh yeah.
So-
What do we?
It was-
or clean. He was a cleaner, right?
It
So
was
what would you
Tommy's
rather
cleaning. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
that was your
So-
only pause. You were firing through those, Jamie. I mean, you just
Heck yeah.
snap.
Quick wit.
Yeah.
Eat
like-
more
you-
salads had me dying. I was like,
I know.
what in the.
You know what had me dying? I wouldn't even look at her.
No.
That's so good.
It is pretty good.
Oh, there's me. Turn.
Uh-huh.
Don't say nothing.
Too funny.
And the hot seat went a little bit different this week too, because it hit a lot of like some of the later show questions, right? Like, what did you guys feel like you did wrong? What would you do different? So it was a good one, man. Really good hot
Yeah.
seat.
Yeah, now you
And
guys
you
are
survived
hot
just-
seat. I'm trying to figure out what to ask me later in the show.
Right?
Right. Exactly. she really did it to Jason and I is what she did.
Yeah.
Took all our material.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, before the show, we kind of mentioned, and maybe you just want to briefly mention, you built your own incubator. We can kind of see it back there. It's
yeah.
blue, white, red.
Super
I said
cool.
blue and pink, but yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
it's got,
great.
like, blue. It looks a little pink because I've got the tubs are already in front of it, and then I've got
Oh, gotcha.
I've got the Orbeez at the top waiting for eggs already
Oh, yeah.
warmed up.
I see you got a Morph sticker up there. That's awesome.
You have more for it sticker.
How the heck did you land with
I've
one
got
of
one
those?
on my cup too. Jean loves me. She sends me stuff all the time.
Right. And we have some of the 3D printed stuff, which is excellent, by the way.
Yeah, I loved the idea, and it was really great. And he
Yes.
loved it was really great to work with you guys, and that you're really wonderful people to work with, and it was a whole lot of fun. And we actually had somebody contact him off the Etsy store today and asked how much the hide was
Lay boxes.
the lay box was,
And then they said, "Hey, how much for the gecko in that first picture?" I told him, I
Was
said,
it
"Look,
the
I'll
picture
sell
I
you the
sent?
box. It's this much, but if you want the gecko, you got to contact Morph, and here's where you can find it."
yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
That's
I
cool.
love
And
it.
you'll have to fight Jamie for it because she's
Right?
not
That
letting
was
go.
It's such a cute gecko.
I
So
know.
cute.
I opened her tub and she's just like looking out of the
With her
hide.
cute little smile. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
adorable.
Adorable.
They are. They're the best. So talk us through real quick. I know there's a ton, and you guys do cut. I hate when I do that, but
Yeah, you said dude.
you guys also do custom projects. Obviously, you worked with us. You hadn't done something like that. You wanted dimensions, things like that. But what are like your baseline 3D printed things? Like, what is it that's just a standard? You've got it down, and they're ready to go.
Boxes. So Carl said he's learning how to 3D, how to do all the designing and stuff. And there's really not a whole lot
Yeah.
out there when you go to like Steelflix or whoever you go to buy their designs. It's just for toys. So there's not a whole lot out there just for reptile specific stuff. So our stuff is like
They're very simple.
hides where you can like personalize them. So that's our Graceful pythons, little
Yep.
baby ball python hides, and then we do them bigger hides. Or like when you said for the gecko lay boxes, that's also another box, so we could do that.
Right?
And they work fantastic.
Yeah, and the lay boxes were fun because I had never made those before, and so we
Yeah.
had a lot of fun making a couple prototypes and testing them
I'm
out.
sitting here playing with these. So we also, I know a lot of people have like clips that tell you if your snake's ate or what's going on. There's like they buy their clips and that works for them, but I'm more visual. So we made this is if they eat. So this is the little rat tag. We hang on there if they eat. This is the tag we have if they're in shed. And then
Nice
start
little
up
zombie.
Charlie, if you want to collect a shed, we made.
Yes, I
Very
love
nice.
that.
So that's if you need a shed, you're waiting for it. This is
Yep.
if you don't have time to clean them and there's poop.
Very nice.
They need a spot clean.
Yeah, so that's just to let me know, like, oh, there's a poop. And sometimes Carl does things like he does stuff like that, real fast,
Okay.
down low, like stuff like that. And then, or if you're waiting on eggs.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, that's like Jamie's shirt, kind of the balls deep logo a little bit.
That's right. A little sock. Where's the sock? Here, look for the sock. I've got a few different ones. We 3D printed this bowl too.
Oh my god!
Yeah, the multicolor is really cool.
So that's
I like
the filament. The filament will print out like that. It's
Yeah.
like that. So we printed that bowl. Then I've got
gorgeous.
he's gonna find some for me, but I've got a few in there for when you're doing pairings. I've got one that's a heart that says you're on a date. But my favorite one is the little sock that has hearts on it. So I just hang a sock on their tub.
What's this one?
I hang it,
Do not disturb
do not
and-
disturb.
Yeah,
And then there's
yeah.
the sock for when they're pairing. I got a couple cute little ones.
So I have a tag idea for you.
Yeah.
Have a what?
Follicle tags.
Oh, follicle tags.
Yeah,
yeah.
when they hit like 10, 20, 30, because
Yeah.
it's a good thing to update and track on
We're
your
always
females,
writing them
right?
down. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
so
we're always writing them.
we just have this that we normally write their names on.
Oh, sure. Okay, little whiteboard. Gotcha.
Just like a little whiteboard. You just wipe it off. Yeah.
That'd work perfect. Okay. That would handle it.
You get whatever color you want.
Okay. Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah, those are
I
great.
could do one with a couple squares if you wanted to keep track of it. So just let me know. Totally can do that.
Cool.
Mhm.
And the reason I said the multicolor filament is that's not always an option with people. To be able to do your colored logos and things right in those objects is
Right now
nice.
we're set up to
Yeah.
do 4 color prints. The adding the color does actually take a little bit more time because it has to change the colors out, and that takes up with every layer. It'll have to change the color out. So that takes up some time. This is
Yeah.
actually what that looks
And
like.
What we realized we could do is, instead of just having when it changes the color, it purges out the old color as it pushes through the new color. And so
Sure.
what we realized we could do is, instead of the filament being purged into the poop chute, it could go purged into another print. And so these skeleton chameleons are kind of turning out kind of neat because they're just random whatever colors we chose.
And so this was from a black and a sparkly black and a red snake. And so every layer, it changed the color on here.
Just
That's what it
kind of
was
a
for.
mixed purge of whatever you get, you
Yeah.
get.
Yeah.
And it
Okay.
works with the chameleons
That's
because they
cool.
change colors anyway. So that's why that works for them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
That's a good idea from
You
Jen.
could do the egg pile with in progress or loading. Okay.
Oh yeah, the little loading,
Oh,
the little
that's
loading
true.
symbol.
And I don't have it here, but we also 3D print egg trays too. So
Oh,
Oh,
very
yeah.
cool.
Nice.
yeah, so I'll
The
be
like the Hatchright style trays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gotcha.
Awesome.
Yeah, we
And
make
those are on our
idea.
Etsy store.
we make one that'll hold 8 eggs and one that'll hold 10 eggs.
Okay.
Perfect. So I did before the show, I put down your standard links, but I don't think I have your link tree. I could be wrong. We'll have to look below the video.
I got to make one. So probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I still gotta
So I
do that.
don't have that Etsy and stuff. I apologize. I could have
no, that's
reached out
totally
for
fine.
that early, but
That's us. And we actually just started the Etsy about a month ago. So it's very new.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So great
Fun.
thing for people
What
to
is it?
know
It's
though.
Etsy what?
It's Graceful 3D Creations.
Yeah, one let's change your name. So it's Graceful 3D Creations at Etsy.
Perfect. All right. Jamie will throw that in the banner here before we get to the end of the show. She'll mute and type it out.
Graceful 3D.
Jamie.
Say it again.
Creations.
Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, that's awesome. And need to get on those perches for
Yes, I
Oh.
know.
true.
You found someone for your purchase, sir. You did. You posted in the reptile lounge. You did.
You did.
But
He's
no, so
helping.
yes, 3D printed purchase, which is a great idea. But the
Yeah.
problem with the 3D printed filament is that if it's under sunlight, eventually after a year, it starts getting brittle because it'll just keep curing.
Yeah.
So they'll only
Oh,
be good for a year. So he went with, I think, PVC purchase, which will last a
Okay.
whole lot longer.
Yeah.
What
Do
they
they-
okay.
are looking for, because he does plants, and we're more of our Patreon group does plants. We're looking at building trellises for your plants that you can put any way you want, so they're modular, and that's what he's going to design next. Is my
Mhm.
idea. So that way you can. And that is 1 year. You only need a plant trellis for a year. So that works great with the 3D printed material. So
Absolutely, yeah.
Do they make a UV
It's
filament or
UV. They
anything?
make
It's
one that's
UV
UV resistant.
It's UV
Okay.
resistant, but it's still after a year. If it's under constant UV light, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha. Okay.
that's what 3D printed hides for tubs is great, because there's really not a whole lot of UV light. We use PETG, so the high humidity isn't going to affect it. It's humidity resistant. You can put it through your dishwasher on
Like a delicate.
a delicate setting to wash it. Or I just hand wash it. You can wash them; they're great. And then I just use them in the hides as in the tubs. But if it was under a direct light, you'd probably need to replace it once a year or a couple years. It would start getting brittle.
Okay.
Yeah, those reptiles that require the UVB and stuff, I suppose that would just chew
Yeah.
it up over time. Being
About a
direct,
year. Yeah. I
right?
mean, and then so they're also heavier bodied too. So we'll just see. We've had a couple people we've built bearded dragon hides for,
Mhm.
and I haven't heard back. Like he needed another one. So it's lasted now. Or I'm assuming, or he found a different hide. One of those two things happened. I don't know.
Right. Hard to know unless you hear feedback, I
Yeah.
suppose. But just the ability to do the colors, I thought was kind of unique. I mean, I see
Yeah.
a lot of stuff out there that's just a single or mix match, but that printed logo of your own kind of is unique and
Yeah, and it's
really
nice and it's really clean. When you look at it, there's not a whole lot of lines or variation. Like sometimes you'll see them have really bad
Yeah.
lines in them. We did buy a bamboo printer, which is one of the
We love
nicer
it.
printers. So we have two of them
Mhm.
now. It's a
Nice.
higher end one, so they print real nice.
Yeah, does a
Cool.
great job. That's awesome. Looking forward to seeing how much of that comes out and what you guys decide to do and develop in that, because I think it truly is endless. Just up to your imagination what you want to fill, right?
Absolutely, and that's why he's learning the design side of it more, because he's good friends with Josh Harbin, and Josh designed those probe clips, which is something that was very much needed, and
Yeah.
they work great. And that's his own design, and we have them; they're fabulous. And so we would like to be able to build or do some more things like that that's needed for the community. So
Yeah, and ways to hook thermostats to the racks,
yeah,
and there's all kinds of little handy doodads a person can come up with that there's a need for sure.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
awesome. Well, we've got your 3D printing under the belt now. Let's get back to animals if you don't mind.
Sure.
Do you
Yeah.
want
And
to
I gotta-
talk about
You're gonna go to
specific
bed?
Gotta go to
favorites?
bed.
Okay, love you.
Love you too. See you
The
guys.
pumpkin.
Nice.
Carl,
Bye.
thank
Thanks
you
for
very
stopping,
much, sir.
Carl.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, he's gone now. It's just us.
We were waiting for that filler. But appreciate Carl, man. That's awesome for him to stick it out. I know that gets
Yeah.
hard. Jason has the same issue going on some weeks too. So
Yeah, he gets, he does. But it's not a horrible schedule. So he has to get up early and he goes to work early, but he only works 4 days and he's home by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So he picks
That's
it.
nice.
That's his choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good. You give
He's
him
the
no
boss. He
slack
makes
over
his
it.
own schedule. He likes getting home early, so he's got to get
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
So let's hit on those, Jamie. What are your favorites? What do you want to share with us? What do you want to show us in your projects? Any
Oh.
babies, brand new babies you've
I-
hatched recently?
I'll show you one of my babies. That's my
Okay.
last baby from last year. So last year I learned a hard lesson. In my first 2 clutches, I did them with perlite, and I was very methodical on how much water you use with the perlite. And this last clutch, she went 12 days late, and so I was already kind of emotional. And then she laid them, and I was like not paying attention, and I put too much water in, and I'm like, it's or too much perlite or whatever. It was in the first time I was using the egg trays too, because the other times I made like that's why I was methodical. But this time I used the egg trays. I lost all the eggs but one. And it was
Oh
really
no.
frustrating. She's my super Barnhart black pastel, banana, orange dream, leopard, possible specter girl. And I paired her to my desert ghost, orange dream. And but I saved one egg. I saved her by putting her in the Orbeez, which is why we're going to use the Orbeez this year. It's a whole lot easier to see if the Orbeez are below the egg hatch trays. So basically, I had the perlite up too high and too much moisture, and most of them molded. But I'll show you her. She's awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a bummer, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sad.
But it
Yeah, the
sucks.
director.
And you do this long enough, you're going to make mistakes. And I would rather just have people learn from my mistakes and share them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, wait a minute. I grabbed Diva. Okay, well, this is Diva. This is not her. I grabbed Sally in a minute. I moved him around. This snake I got from Holly at Texoma Exotics, and she was a gift. So she is a leopard chocolate het clown. Really dark.
Yeah, very,
pretty.
very pretty though.
Very pretty. Her
Yep.
name is Diva because she bit Holly like 7 times when she tried to sex her. She's really pretty. Let me go get Sally.
So leopard chocolate het clown. Okay.
Yeah. And she's got a really matte finish. Her black isn't shiny at all. Okay, so this girl, I know she is Barnhart Black Pastel, banana. I'm pretty, she's either Orange Dream or Super Orange Dream and Leopard and then Het Desert Ghost. So this is my prize little baby from last year.
Oh,
Wow.
gorgeous.
She's
Look at those.
so pretty. Yeah.
Those
And her purples are
lavenders.
coming up like they're actually a little bit darker in person, but it's not really bad. It's just a little bit more contrast in person.
Yeah.
Yep.
That lavender is awesome, though.
Yeah, I love that lavender. Very pretty. How many eggs were in that clutch?
9.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness.
9 eggs.
What a bummer.
But yeah, I got one. So this is Sally because I love Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
It's my favorite cartoon. So, but I know other than I watched Lisa growing up. I watched The Simpsons longer. So that's why I wanted to hang out with Lisa. But I already have Sally, so I can hang out with her whenever I want. That's who she's named after, is Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Vinny saying he had issues with his Orbeez last year, so
Okay.
may not be one substrate or the other, guys. Might have just been something fluky going on too.
It was definitely humidity for me. I like way too much water. Hopefully the Orbeez work. I have them in there. I put them with bottled water. I use bottled water. I feed them. I give them tap water. If I can drink it, they can drink it. But my eggs get bottled water.
Yeah.
Not keep away from the mold and different issues.
Yeah.
Yep, any kind of bacteria. And yeah, we do
Yeah, that snake
perlite,
was
and we
beautiful.
have good luck with it. But you do have to watch that water level for sure.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, though. Some of that mold issue can surprise you. Like we've had some really rough, moldy eggs right next to perfectly pearly white ones, and it's like if the egg is gonna survive, it kind of fights a lot of that on its own. Like it's got its own defense system against bacteria and mold.
Yeah.
But if the egg is kind of questionable, it has a tough time,
Let me see if I can turn this down a little bit. Be too much. That's better. That's a new light here. Okay, so this girl, I mean, she's nothing. She's cool looking, and I can't figure out why she looks the way she does. But
calico or sugar or something?
No, that wasn't in the pairing at all. I know. So her mom was an Orange Dream het pied, and her dad was a banana yellow belly het pied. And so everyone thinks like maybe that's pastel, but pastel wasn't in the pairing as far as I know. So I'm going to take her to the show. I'm going to price her high. And if she doesn't sell, I'll just keep her because she's cool. But I named her Halo because her pattern spells out halo. I don't know if you can see. Anyway, so there's the A. You can see the A real good. Oh, 'cause I got the color. Okay, so
Other
there's
side.
the H.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I see it there.
Yeah, A,
Kind of cool.
L, and then O. So it's just kind of cool. So I'll price her a little bit high for what she is, and if she sells, awesome, and if she doesn't, okay.
So again, Jamie, what was supposed to be in that one?
So her dad is a banana yellow belly hepide, and the mom was a banana orange dream hepide. I know.
Wow.
I know. She looks
That's
interesting,
crazy.
right? And so I have another, the mom. So I had 2 moms last year with the same dad. So I had a pinstripe, a pastel pinstripe with the same dad, and the mom, this one, the orange dream banana hepide with the same dad. And a couple of the babies came out weird. Like all of my pinstripes are very minimal pinstripe. So I don't know if there's like blade or something else happening in there. I don't know. So, but
Yeah.
it's cool. I know it's different. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first guess was just calico, the way that belly kind of
Yeah.
whited out and diffused a little bit. Odd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would never guess, and I don't know. It just kind of almost doesn't make. You can tell banana for sure, but the rest of that pairing.
No, she's kind of cool and interesting, and that's
Yeah.
what's great about the jeans. This is a bigger tub. I need to set you down here. So this girl is my first double visual that I got, or I'm pretty sure she's a double visual. I'm gonna have to send the sheds off to Charlie, but she's a desert ghost hypo or het hypo, cypress, enchi pastel.
Pin.
Yeah, pin. Yeah.
Pin. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I was waiting for the pin. I'm like,
right.
Yeah, pinstripe pastel, a pinstripe pastel, calico, enchi, desert ghost.
Cypress.
Hypo or het hypo.
Very cool.
There's a lot
They're
in that
pretty.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she gene stacked.
And she's just so light, very, very pretty, like a really, really pretty yellow.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Super,
I love
super
pinstripe.
clean.
And I picked her
pin-
up from one of Tony at Hardwire Exotics auctions on Instagram. That's where I got her.
Oh, okay. Yep. He's got some nice stock for sure.
Yep.
That's a beautiful snake.
Yeah.
I've got 2 gambles. One of them I'm going to send their shed tests to Charlie. So I've got a lesser lace. I'm going to send it.
Uh-oh. We
Uh-oh.
lost her.
She's coming back.
She's coming back.
I'm going
Just
to
a
lose
quick
my
disconnect.
Good.
earbuds here in a minute. Be on the headset.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's talking to me. It says battery's low.
And she'll jump right back in. But yeah, that first one there, that banana, I think better check for some other stuff in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to mute myself too because I got a sneeze coming, guys.
Oh.
It's welling up.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. If I'm quick, I can get it. But it's maybe he turned into... Right? Maybe he turned into a huge pumpkin and bumped the power button. But we'll just wait
She'll
a
be
few.
back. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, if you're still hanging out there, definitely going to still do trivia. But I think a good way to get that consistent forge coin week to week, honestly, it's not going to be a ton different than the lower tiers when you look at what's spent toward the membership versus your coin. So getting 60% back in direct coin on one of the tiers and then 70% on the highest tier. So that's going to work out to about what, 12 to 13 bucks on the mid tier and closer to 18, 20 bucks on the highest tier, getting your forge coin back. So again, look at it as a savings account. If you got a habit of, like I do, of spending, look at it as a way to put away, a few bucks here and there and save it up and buy that snake you want down the road. So
Yep.
We're going to try to get
Jamie-
some
Jamie
videos
sent a
out there too.
message. She said her computer just shit the bed. She's gonna grab Carl quick.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And that's okay too. We'll give them a few if they're in there. But Jay, you were gonna say?
I was going to say we'll try to get some videos out there too for members that actually have some maybe benefits. If you're looking at like building racks, we'll have some rack building videos, that type of thing out there too. So
Yep.
it's a little added
Yep.
bonus.
Common question we get all the time because we do our own hatchling racks. We don't buy that stuff. It's a simple plan. It's a fairly easy process. If you have all the parts and the parts list, we're going to include some of that. But yeah, we're going to get more on the steady video material for people that are more interested in what we're actually doing on this side, not just the no
Yeah.
remorse show, but the snakes we have, how we keep them, our rats, the progress there, the new facility, how that's coming along, what decisions we're making, which direction and why, and not everybody's going to agree with what we do, right? And that's part of the fun, is to see, hey, we went about it this way, and God, I certainly wouldn't do it like Morph did. And that's totally fine, if people can learn from that and go, oh God, I'm not doing that. That looks like a nightmare. Perfect, help you guys avoid those mistakes too.
That was the key speech in my first rack build for you guys. So you'll hear a lot of that, and there's probably better ways to do this.
Right.
Right.
But this is how we do it.
Yeah, how we do it currently because of some limitation or some issue, but that's going to be part of the
first racks that you guys built.
Oh yeah, we actually should probably show some of those on there and be like,
plywood, right? Bad? Did you use?
Yeah,
we did.
We took plywood and we sealed it up, and it still was shitty. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's just a rough way to go about it. Can it be done and can you get by with it? Sure, but boy, it's not ideal for sure.
No. Right. We still use them. I still use one actually for breeding, and it works. Right. The problem is I have to water that one 3 times as much as I do the other tubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't hold moisture as well. You see the difference for sure. So
we were using ours for quarantine on this side.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But the newer racks are
in there and
pretty decent. I mean, a lot like your sea serpent style rack works with those tubs, and no complaints whatsoever. Like them, and it saves you some money. Not tough to do at all. So
yeah, basic design, easy assembly, very limited tools, really. Table saw, drill, and some different things you'll find that work better for you in that process too. Maybe you don't want to route out where the heat tape goes. Maybe you just want to put it in there and cover it with something. It's all, each little person's going to find their process, but I think it's going to be interesting to see, and it's definitely going to be something we want input back from everybody on. If you decide you want to be a member, if you decide that sounds like something you'd like to do for the channel, for yourselves, for the Forge coin as well, that's an open conversation. That isn't something that we just close and here it is and this is what you get. It's there for you guys more than for us. It's really something we want to offer, not something we want to dole out in a particular regiment. We want that feedback to know, is this useful? Hey, I don't watch these videos, would you guys be interested in doing this type of video? Absolutely. We want that feedback. So it's going to be fun to put that together. We got the tiers kind of set up. It's going to be super simple. There's 4 different tiers. Again, it starts pretty low, right around that $4, $3.99 I think is the low one, and it goes to $5.99 or $7, somewhere in there. But then it jumps like pretty fast. It goes up to like 15 and then 25. But again, you get a lot of that back in direct coin to spend with all these people that went out there on the limb for affiliates,
Yeah.
So
it's fantastic.
Lets us support,
I think it's great. I do.
The community, and lets you support the community, and gives you something for your time. So I think it's a pretty good deal, really.
Yep. And those are choices, right? You get everything from below. You do get a couple additional perks if you do the Forge coin. We have some things in the works where we have a live, what I want to call not a conference, but a live sit down in our Discord with the people at those tiers, where it's a direct Q&A. Like, hey, if you're a member at this level, we're going to do it X number, whether that's a 2-month period. Jump in the Discord if you're interested in like asking us direct questions. That's what it's going to be there for, be a little 2-hour segment where that's where we sit and we just field whatever you guys have to throw at us, ideas, suggestions, criticism, direct questions about us, or, hey, where's this project at, or what are you doing there? So there'll be some added stuff for those upper tiers too. But I think we got our
she's
guest back, guys. I think.
They're like, thank God, these guys are killing us.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
My phone,
No,
my
you're fine.
computer just shit the bed. I don't know what happened. It just like turned off. I had to run get Carl's. I had to remember how to log into it.
Yeah, it's all
Looks good. Those
looks
things
good.
happen.
Sounds good. You're good to go.
Okay. No, the only thing I'm backwards now. So I didn't
Yeah.
fix it before I joined in. But that's okay. So one of the things I want to talk about on the podcast, I'm going to do it now before this computer. Technology hates me. So I'll just say that.
Yes.
Is one of the biggest things that changed how I approach things this year was getting into a Patreon. So I wasn't Billy's Patreon, which was a fantastic Patreon, and that was my first. And there's a lot of stuff there. And I'm also wasn't ready to I probably should have been, but my ADHD wants me to buy like 60 snakes. But to put $30,000 on an animal, right? So a lot of his stuff is buy the best, breed the best, and that is 100% true.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I don't know that I was ready to say I'm going to be a breeder for breeders. Like,
Right.
I want to make pets. I want to meet my people in my community. I want to reach the pet people. I want to bring more people in. I do. So I homeschool my boys, and I also do a co-op. So I teach a reptile class. I've taught ball python genetics to high schoolers. I've taught ball pythons and all kinds. Right now I'm doing radical reptiles with middle schoolers. So they're always like, can you bring your snakes in? And so we learn about a new reptile every week. And sometimes I bring my snakes in if it's warm enough because it's winter. But they love it. So reaching pet people is really important to me. Some of my first customers are pet people and they've never had snakes for the first time. And so being able to call me and for me to be able to answer their questions. Or I have one lady, she just sends me, she's got this massive enclosure and it's beautiful and it's great. And she bought a bunch of the stuff off of Chewy and it looks amazing. And I'm like, you're doing fabulous. She sends me his first shed. It's all in one piece. I'm like, you guys are doing amazing. So to be able to help people get into ball pythons for this first time is what I'm passionate about right now. I'm okay with being a pet level breeder and working my way up into more expensive genes and finding people that can help me move in that direction. Like I'm helping other people with their first ball python was super beneficial. So once I learned that Small Town Exotics, Shane's from Small Town Exotics was doing a Patreon, I jumped in on the very first month and because he's local and I bought my Het Sunset from him, which ended up being Het Sunset. That's how I'm in the Het Sunset project. And
Yes.
so I knew for the Herp and Harbins because I went to local reptile shows. I knew of a lot of people here. There's a ton of people in Knoxville. There's Shane, the Herp and Harbins, Muscle and Geeks. Like I've met a bunch of big name breeders here. And so being able to have a couple of them in my back pocket that I can ask for help. Shane and Alicia and Josh came and actually brought their super awesome ultrasound and then tried to use my ultrasound, which was a wonderful gift from my friend Holly, but it is really hard to use. And it was hard for Alicia to use and she's a vet. So that thing was difficult. And I also had him Shane come over and help me sex all my snakes from my last clutch to make sure that I did it right. And I did. I got a gold star. I was 100%. I got all my snakes right.
Yay.
So
Nice.
Good job.
That's hard to do.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So, and you don't know if you're right. You really don't know. So having someone there that can come and like say, yeah, you're doing a great job, or no, dummy,
Yep.
that's a penis. And, you know.
Were you probing or popping?
I was popping.
Okay.
I mean, not very far, just enough to see two red dots. Like, I think that's a
Yeah.
boy. And then finally, I'm like, oh, that's what Emmy Peen looks like when it popped out. All the way. I'm like, that's okay. I just started probing my 600 gram snakes that I got when I was early on from a different breeder, from anyone that I just named, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of them were missexed. So I'm going to have Shane come over and just help me figure out what's what. So now that I'm probing, and I'm pretty sure I know that the boys are boys. There is no question when you probe that you have a boy. But
Yeah.
I don't know if the other two that were supposed to be boys, because all the two that were supposed to be girls are boys. So I don't know if the two that are supposed to be boys are girls. That's how they probed, but I could just be missing the pocket. It being my first time probing, I have no idea. So I'm going to have him come over and pop. Another really cool thing from a Patreon was my powerful male that I just got. He kind of changed my whole breeding plans with this year for my most anticipated clutches. So Shane had a confusion, yellow belly, spot nose male, clown male that he was putting up for auction. He kept talking about it all the time in the chats, saying this thing's a problem eater. He's pissing me off, blah, 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 blah. 'Cause he kept ASFs just for this snake, and he would just attack and sometimes just leave it
Yeah.
in the tub. And so in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I want this snake. Like I can, it's really cool. I like different cases. Like I want the snake. And so when he put it up for sale, I bought it, and I raise ASF, so I was able to find out somewhere. I heard that snakes can be like color specific food as also as food specific. And so he is a color specific snake. He likes specific color ASFs. And so I will show him to you. And then I bought a couple other snakes. I got a couple other snakes from Alicia and Josh. And then I've got one breeding loan that's all going to go to this boy because now he's eating like a beast. He's not missed a meal. So let me show him to you.
What color
Sure,
rats does he like, Jamie?
The light colored ones.
Okay.
Like brown.
Unfortunately, green.
Those green ones are tough to get. Yeah.
They are.
I'm not a green one. I'm not that talented of an ASF breeder yet. But here's this guy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So he's really cool. So
Great.
I've named him Kroger. Oh, see, he's a little cute. I'm backwards. He's got like a little smiley face head stamp, which is awesome. So I bought him from Shane's house. I went and picked him up, and then I had to go buy dinner. And so I took him to Kroger in the grocery store in a little snake bag. I brought him in because it was too cold to leave him outside. And I made a post on Instagram, said the normies will never know. So he went on a field trip to
That's
Kroger, and that's how he got his name.
The
That's
muggles will
hilarious.
never figure it out.
He'll never know.
I love that.
So yeah.
Yeah, he's an awesome looking male.
I know. I'm really hoping. So he's been eating like a champ. He's not missed a meal. He's doing great. And so I've got a chocolate clown, a desert ghost clown, and then that I got from the Herp Harbins that will be breeding with him this year, and also a monarch girl. So those are my three most anticipated clutches of this year. Plus, I've got, I'll show them to you, Bowser that I got from Shane, and he's I remember what he is. He is a pastel extreme gene possible melt het sunset that I'll be pairing to. I've got a pastel het sunset girl if she starts eating that I picked up from Holly, and then I'm going to also pair him to my super Barnhart black pastel and test all those babies so that I can get some Barnhart black pastel into het sunsets and then keep those ones. So that's my
Nice.
little playing a little bit in the sunset project. But I'm really excited about the Monarch project. She's really pretty.
So the Super Barnharts, do they have issues too? Like the
They can.
standard black pastel?
So they can. I have the exact
Okay.
same issues. And Tom Barnhart even said like they can have kinking, or they can have shark mouth, or they can just be really hard to start. And then once you get them past the really hard to start, they're fine. So I'm
Okay.
not going to purposefully breed for Super Barnhart black pastels, but she's really neat because she's that dark color and then
Sure.
banana on top of it. So she looks like a khaki taupe color. She's really cool.
Huh. Okay.
I can pull her out if you want to see her.
And
Yeah.
you get Barnhart every time. So
Every
how
time.
can you go wrong?
There's no
Yeah,
hets,
right.
so I make my own hets with her. I can put Barnhart in whatever I want.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. That's a good looking boy right there. That's
Yeah,
a nice
very,
snake.
very.
So when he's being good, he's Kroger, and when he's being bad, he's Kruger. He was Kruger, Kroger for me.
Just a one letter swap. That's easy.
Yeah, it's my own personal Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Right.
When are you gonna stop messing around and get Mandarin?
I know, right? There's a lot that I want from Chris Hernan. There's a lot I want from Chris. I've got one snake because of Chris. I bought him from Muscles and Geeks at the last SERE show, Bob's show, and they always booth together. And so I was at the table, and he said, "Hey, if you want Scrambler for cheap, I'm pretty sure the snake has Scrambler in it." And so he had it just listed as a clown. And Chris is like, "No, I'm pretty sure it's Scrambler in it." I'm like, "Well, your word is enough." So I told my husband, I'm like, "I'm going to walk around the show. I'm not going to buy things for stuff at the show." And so then I ended up buying a Stimson's python, which is super cool. It's the Australian small pythons. They only get about as big as a corn snake or a gardener snake, but it's still a python.
Oh.
And so I picked her up. And so I'm like, well, I guess because I got her, I can't get that other one. Well, Carl surprised me and bought me him. So she is named Georgia and he is named Duluth because that's where the city was. That's where the show was. So I have a Georgia and Duluth.
Nice. Yeah. Well, let's see what do you want to show us? Let's go that route.
Whatever you want. I mean, I could pull all of these out. So what sounds interesting?
we won't have you do that. But the Super Barnhart sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah,
I'd like to
grab
see
her.
that in banana.
Her name is Pebbles. She's a favorite. She ain't going nowhere.
And the khaki coming out of that, I'm kind of curious to see. I mean, I would assume that would go more toward that lavender side. Maybe it started more that way and it turned more khaki. But yeah, I'd always heard that even crossing Barnhart with standard black pastel, you'd get the same
issues,
you know, duck bills and kinking and just not
but
thriving.
It's not always. It's just a higher chance of it.
Nice, Jamie.
Awesome, Jamie. Yeah, you got some crazy stuff over there to be sure. Oh, okay. Oh, I have seen this girl.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, if you follow, I have her on there a lot. So she's Super Barnhart Black Pastel Banana. That's why she's looking like this taupey color, like a khaki color. She's also this snake was used to when RTI tested that his line of black pastel was different. So if you go back and you watch that show, I actually bought her like 2 days before that aired. And so from that genetic testing, we found out she was also Orange Dream. So Orange Dream, I didn't know. I bought her as a Super Barnhart Black Pastel Leopard, possible Spectre. And then she ended up having Orange Dream. And he messaged me before that even aired to tell me that she was Orange Dream too. He's a great guy. He's a really nice guy to work with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She looks
Her face
great.
is
I don't
so
see any
cute.
issues at all.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, she's got those big eyes.
She's just so sweet, and her tongue flicks are really, really, really slow.
Cute.
Yeah, she's awesome.
After I'm done breeding her, her and Chloe, my husband's hissy snake, they'll be here forever. They'll be here forever. They'll transition into enclosures and stay with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she is
adorable.
cool.
Yeah.
We got a few of those too. They're just going to be here for the long haul.
Duration. Yep.
Got this ringer. Oops.
Yep. Kind of see that creeping around.
Yep.
So
It's hard to get
a lot with the Super
Barnhart,
the Super Black Pastels. You'll get a little ringer.
Yeah.
She's big.
Hard to get used to that camera switch over, isn't it?
Yeah.
The camera swapping directions on you.
Yeah, I didn't fix the setting on Carl's camera, so it is like a little crazy, but we'll adjust.
Yeah, she is cute as can be. That's an awesome snake right there.
Yeah.
She reminds me of our Bubbles, her face.
Yeah. Yep. Very similar.
It's just looks like little pebbles. That's how she got her name.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a material, and it's not coming to my mind right now, but it looks exactly like a material. I don't know if it was in Florida. Was it travertine, Jay? Almost.
Oh yeah, no, not travertine. No, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, you're right. I didn't think of that.
It looks exactly like that material, and it's such an odd speckling and color palette. You know.
I think Jamie is right on this one.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that one. I mean, I've got some snakes that are just like that, and they don't ever get live. But
No, I think he meant love.
Oh, love? Oh, I thought he
Yeah.
meant
Yeah.
feeding live. I'm like, I don't know. That's not a
No.
thing I do
That
at
girl's
all.
a drop feeder. She eats frozen thawed drop feed every time.
Wow.
So
So
this
what do we have coming here?
is my Western
Oh,
Stimson's
oh,
python.
wow.
Ah, okay, yep.
Her eyes
And
are beautiful.
they stay really little.
They stay really little, so they're in the same family as the children's python, and there's the Eastern and Western Stimson's python, and then there's also the pygmy or the anthill python, which is the smallest of the antaresas. Pretty
So
sure I'm getting that right.
how big is
Like
that
3
one? I mean, is
feet or
that
so?
full adult size
Yeah.
there? Or?
No, so this one's little still. She was born
Okay.
last year,
Okay.
but their eyes are really cool. And as she gets older, the Western Stimsons will get more red. So all of these dark patterns right here will
Yeah.
get
Mhm.
more of a reddish, like a brick
Oh,
color.
okay. Cool.
Yeah, so she's really neat. And I
And
can
they're
keep
just
them
chill,
fresh
huh?
for these. They're chill. There is morphs to these, just like there is to the ball pythons. However, Australia is not shipping them out. You can't get anything out of Australia right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I plan on breeding these if I can. I really like her. She's really neat. And then maybe if they open it up, I'll be ready to have a whole slew of them.
Her eyes are like a pit viper almost, right? Like a gold with a.
Cool.
It's hard to see them, but
Sorry.
No,
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 it's
it's
okay.
She keeps moving
Boom.
around.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Wow.
Her eyes are really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Very
And this one
cool.
bit me at the show, so I had to take her home.
You like those spicy ones, yeah?
Knows me. Yeah, you know.
Jamie
yeah,
wants to know, what is that again?
So this is a Western Stimson python.
Okay.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
And they do. They're like a 3.5 foot max, right?
Yeah, they're really small. They're super
Perfect.
cute. They eat like with a vengeance. Her
Huh.
food drive is amazing. And she just eats frozen thawed pinkies right now.
Weekly
That's
feeding.
awesome.
So I've talked to a couple of different people. I'm still researching it. And Finger Snakes keeps these two, and he feeds his every 2 weeks. So
Okay.
I just basically wait for her bump to go down, which it's been about 12 to 14 days till her bump will go down. And I'm like, oh, she's ready to eat again. So, because you can see the pinky in her real easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've noticed that even on the little MBK, we've got a very small one we brought in just to have some different stuff, and they eat quite fast, but it's funny how noticeable that meal is in that thin body, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Her name is Ophelia.
Yeah, she's cute as can be.
Yeah.
She hung
Little-
out with me all day at work. She's very well behaved.
Right? She's a little scaredy cat though. She does like to
Yeah.
musk. You get her out and she sprays all over the place. So
Yeah,
She
I
is
took her out once.
growing.
I was wondering if she was going to do that.
Ooh.
She didn't, but
I love that snake.
So this is another one of my boys.
Jamie.
And he's almost ready for breeding size. And I got him from Zach Parpart. He is a stranger banana pied possible het monsoon. So I have some trick and
Wow.
some hurricane that I'm going to be putting him to this year. Hopefully.
Awesome.
nice.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I have a hurricane butter and a trick possible het pied, and she's got pied markings like pied tracks I've never
Yeah.
heavy pie track.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
those two, he'll be going to those two girls.
You said he's almost ready to breed. What weight do you wait till?
I like to wait till they're at least 700, but
Okay.
and even that, I would like to wait till 1,000, but I'm not patient enough to wait that long.
Right.
I just want to make sure they're thick. So for me, he's still a little thin. He's long and thin. So I want him to be, it's more like a body type. I want him to be fat. And when he's fat, then I feel comfortable. I can still he came a little underweight, but he's eating like a champ. And so
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
a little
Yeah,
bit
he
of
looks
a fine. And once he's
good.
more round, then he's got extra fat, and I'll send him to the girls.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. And
Very
it's
cool.
different, I suppose, if you have one pairing or 4 for them.
And
You know,
it's
it's a lot
if
different.
it's their first pairing or if they're a season breeder too, right?
Right,
So
right.
I mean, it's his first. He's gained 300 grams since he's been with me, so
Mhm.
I'd like him to get a little bit. Just for me, I like my snakes fat. I don't know, like
Yeah.
not super fat. I've seen some really fat snakes, and I'm like, oh, you need to put that one on a diet, but chunky, like a little, just a little extra. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's cool.
Yeah.
So he's a lot darker than a regular banana, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's pretty
stranger
dark.
in it. And the stranger, I wish you could see the stranger pattern a little bit in the pied, but it doesn't. It's just kind of like a pinstripe, I guess. It almost
Yeah. Stranger
pattern,
pieds don't do much.
but it's a high pattern pied, which is another cool thing. So it's another one
Yeah.
with a lot of pattern in it. So
Yeah, he's cool.
he's neat.
Yeah, that was a bit of a bummer to me. I was looking forward to Stranger Pieds until I saw him. And I'm like, well, that's kind of blah. You know, it doesn't help pied. It adds pattern, like you said, but
Yeah, you missed
not
that
much.
stranger.
I didn't catch that part.
I didn't either. What'd you say, Jamie?
You lose all of the appeal of the stranger.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. And then Jamie mentioned something to me also, Jamie, but your Kiko project.
Yes.
We did not get to talk on that either. So,
yes.
Oh,
So
pretty.
Coco is we're gonna be doing our first show, vending our first show here in Knoxville at the Knoxville Repticon in May. And Coco is an organization that's really close to my husband's heart. He does piano tunings on Fridays on the side, and he always ties the money from part of the money to the Coco organization. So we're gonna do the same thing with Graceful Python Sales this year. So a percentage of all of our prints and our animals will go to the Coco organization, which is Knoxville's inner city kids outreach. And so it's a Christian organization that does summer camps and after school programs. And Chris, you like giving these inner city kids Christmas presents and Thanksgiving dinners and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to be donating part of our money this year to that charity. So that's going to be fun.
That's really
nice.
awesome.
So I brought these two up here to see if you could see the different colors. So this one is the possible scrambler clown from Chris Hernan's head.
Okay.
Yeah, and that one's definitely got a glow to it for
It's
sure.
got
Yeah.
a much more richer color in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you see it on the camera, you know it's a lot more in person. And then this one is a spot nose clown that I got from Shane. So
Both are really nice.
they're both
Yeah.
really pretty, but you could tell this one's got just a richer color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he might have been right.
You can
So
see
I'm
that
excited.
bronze kind of come in too, and it's coming
Yeah.
into the alien heads, and it's in the where the blushing and stuff is on the
Yeah,
back.
and then you've got the lifting of the alien heads
Mm-hmm. I was going to say
Yep.
the belly pushing up more too.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
and that color. So, and then I've noticed and maybe a clown thing or maybe a stranger, but that little heart, I've noticed it on another one. That was
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not always there, but I've noticed it on
Oh.
that cute little heart shape. So,
Mm-hmm.
so this is Duluth.
Okay.
And if anyone's going to be at the Knoxville area or wants this guy's for sale because I have, so he's a spot nose clown and now I have a confusion spot nose yellow belly clown. He's also yellow belly or red stripe, but I'm thinking more yellow belly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see red stripe in that. I
No,
would say yellow belly. Yep.
Yes, he's a yellow belly spot nose clown. That's what I bought him as. But he said
Yep.
it could have been red stripe was in the pairing, but it's not red stripe.
No, it would flatten stuff out a lot more.
Yeah.
That's yellow belly though. Yep. Pretty snake. That one definitely has a different glow to it. It's got a different
Yeah.
Yeah,
hue.
it's a completely different color.
Yeah. That
So-
And then
was
the tail section is a little dragged out as well on that, which is pretty common.
Yeah.
Pushes everything kind of up from the belly and toward the tail. It just gets kind of smeared out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like scrambler stuff. We have some of that on the way. We didn't have it previously, but got some really
Uh,
nice animals coming in shortly.
I'm
so.
excited for those.
I am too. I'm anxious to see, pairing it into what we have going already, how that's going to
Yeah.
change up our plan. But Jamie's got some cool stuff going, man. Some very pretty snakes.
Yep.
Yes, he did a solid by
Yep.
picking that one up, says Mark out there.
Yeah, that was really fun. Chris Herndon is good, and Muscles and Geeks are great people to buy from too. So it was
Absolutely.
a no-brainer for me. So this is one I picked up on a Morph Market auction, and this is a lesser lace. And the guy that I picked it up from said that her dad was a white lace. But I'm still going to get it tested from Charlie just to make sure. But
Yep.
she's
Yeah.
Oh, that's
really bright and really pretty.
a lace for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can see it.
Definitely. Yeah.
So I got that one.
She's pretty.
She's really neat. So, I didn't mean to buy her. So I put in a bid low. I thought people were going to outbid me, but it was right around the same time where Charlie was like, we didn't quite have the lace test. And he was saying there's a lot of people that have lace that didn't know that's not lace. And so I was like, I'm pretty sure this is lace. So I put in a low bid and I won. And so I named her Oopsie. I told my husband, I'm not going to win this snake. Someone's going to outbid me. And nobody did for like 18 hours. And so
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I got her. So her name's Oopsie.
Awesome.
Oopsie.
So is there any way we can get like a side shot of her, like just straight from? Yeah, that's going to be lace all day.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. I'm confident you have a lace animal.
She's
there.
so bright. And I have a lesser calico that I bought to make bells, and she's just brighter than her. So
Yeah, that's a very pretty snake. So the lesser lace, did you say there was a hat with it?
nope, just lesser lace.
Okay. Very pretty.
Yeah,
so I
very
could
pretty.
Figure it out. But yeah, she's really nice, and I got her for a great price. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very clean.
And I'd
have y'all ever
still
seen
say
special? It's like another one of those really simple things, but looks super cool.
A what?
Oh, absolutely.
Super special.
I don't think I have.
Super special are cool.
So her name is Princess Peach.
Do you have a Mario?
I don't.
Bowser floating around back there.
Yoshi?
Nice.
You can tell that we got these snakes right around when the Super Mario movie came out.
Yeah.
Right?
So she's in my bell. She's in shed a little bit.
Yeah, I can see in her eyes.
So this would be a lot more contrasty, a little bit more darker, because she wouldn't be in shed. But I'm not sure if she's a NOCO special or not. I'm going to get her tested, or if she's a Baker line. But she's really pretty. And so she'll be in my bell jeans. So I have a boy that is, I'm pretty sure he's a special. He's either a special lesser or a special Russo. I can't remember which one, but he's a white snake. So I'm going to breed them together, and they'll either get the super specials or bells.
Nice.
Right. Perfect.
So, and they're really pretty snakes. And she's gotten darker as she's gotten older. She was more of a peachy color when she was younger. But yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, they are very pretty. It's nice to have that bell animal that doesn't give you all bells.
Yeah.
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 For sure.
You know?
Is that
not that
Groot?
bells are bad, but
I like the variation.
In the plant? Right. Is that Groot? I am Groot.
Did
you see it?
Up there on the shelf.
Yeah. I love that.
It is. I got all kinds of little things hiding back here. Like we have a Jeep. So sometimes I'll pull him out. This is our big duck.
That's awesome.
The Jeep duck, yeah.
The Jeep duck. And my mom got me this for Christmas. I can get it off.
Very cool. Oh, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Nice.
The Groot just peeking. How the heck did you even see that, Jamie?
I'm just looking at all the things
too,
back there.
That's Adam from Beetlejuice.
Sorry.
Right there.
Is that
okay.
Tim Burton little guy?
Yeah.
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 Fun.
Funny. That is awesome. All right. Well, we are at 2 hours, Jamie.
Yeah.
We
Talk.
we tend to do this when we have fun, though. I don't even look, honestly. I just realized, I'm like, holy cow. We need to do our trivia for people before they all squeak out, because it does get late on Wednesday nights. Jamie, you had to find something in all of this that's an oddball question,
I have a whole bunch of notes, but I did type one in from the beginning. So
Okay. Well,
all
hopefully
right.
somebody sat through it and got from start to finish, and they can pick this up quick.
Yep.
$10,
So,
people. Good luck out there.
$10 in Forge coin. How many chickens do Jamie and Carl
That's a
have?
good one. I
That is a
like
good
that. That's from way back, but I remember
Yeah.
it.
Oh, and I just mentioned that in passing. That's a
Yep.
hard
Yes.
one.
Those are my favorite kind.
And I know we're going to get the number of goats. People are going to guess how many goats.
Right.
61.
61. That's how many snakes, Mitzi.
Yep, that's the snakes.
That's funny.
Oh,
Mom,
we got
you're
some close
close.
ones.
Yep.
Yep.
Mitzi and Mom are real close.
Oh, here we go. We have a winner.
There it is. I knew we'd see the goat number in there. 4 I knew was going to come up.
Nice job,
No.
Jamie.
Congrats.
Jamie.
Jamie is, I heard on your last show, he's from Michigan, and so am I. So,
Yes.
Oh, wow.
also from Michigan.
Very cool.
Yeah, Jamie's very
Congratulations, Jamie. I'll put you down for $10 Forge coin.
Yay!
cool. Yes. Awesome. Appreciate everybody that sat through tonight and actually hung out with us and came back. Again, a lot of returning faces, which is awesome. It's good to see the people come back and back. Awesome to see new faces too. And I think Chris, Untamed and Unhinged, brought in a couple different names tonight. So appreciate that for sure. Don't say Jeep too loud. Bridget will get me back on her restoration of her 92. Gonna put him back to work, it sounds like. So I get that. People love their Jeeps for sure. But Jamie, closing out, you mentioned already you had some mentors that were helping you along. You had Holly, you had the Harbins, you had a third. It was Shane over at Small Town.
Yep.
Any other shout outs? People that have just really done right by you, people that you really think it's important that other people interact with that should be a bigger part of this that maybe aren't out there all the time?
Yeah, so Chris at BNS was really helpful to me early on. He's just a great guy. So all the stuff that he has, BC Balls, Brian Carter. I actually have a lot of his old racks here. So he's another one that's really close to us. And I forgot to say that he's in part of the Tennessee crew too.
Okay.
And this community is awesome. Really, really early on. Shannon at Green Dragon Brokers was very helpful to me. Actually, my very first incubator, my husband drove down to Florida and picked it up from him because he gave it to us. And I just really love this community. So, and all you guys, Jamie has been really sweet, and getting to know her has been amazing. And I'm sure I'm missing people. So if I do, just, yell at me and Instagram.
Nobody's going to yell at you. I'm 100% sure. Maybe, hey, what can you do for me in printing? That's probably the only yell you're going to get, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right.
So I do want to thank Jay at Greenline Morphs, because I think he was the person that got us on the shirt. And also, Alicia too, they probably vouched for us with the Fat Man, because we didn't know him at all. So that was really cool to be part of that. So
absolutely.
Thanks for that.
Nice.
Absolutely, for sure. Well, it's been an awesome show. You'll have to thank Carl for us tomorrow. Again, we kind of barely got to as he slid out of there and got out of here, but appreciate both you guys. It was awesome to sit down and learn a little bit more about you and see what you guys are doing over there. Looking forward to seeing what you guys are doing, actually.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us. You guys put on a great show. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
It's fun. Whether it's great or not, we don't know. We just keep doing it and people keep coming.
We just keep doing it.
Yeah. Appreciate that 100%. It was fun. Stick around for just a few minutes. We're going to do our closeout. We've got another great show coming up next week. We've got news for the memberships coming out too. We're going to try and flesh that out a little bit, hopefully between now and then, and get something solid to give you guys instead of speculation and guessing and stuff. But definitely.
Real quick.
Yes.
So I will be able to watch your show on Wednesday nights, because the Reptile Lounge is going to be moving to Sundays. I probably let the cat out of the bag, but that way you guys know we're moving to Sundays, and so I'll be in your chat a whole lot more.
And then
Right.
I can come to
And
the Reptile Lounge.
Jamie can be back with you
Yeah.
guys. So
Yeah.
awesome.
Very cool.
Very
That's
cool.
awesome
Okay.
news. So
Yeah.
not to push or no dates or anything. I don't know when that change is coming, but good. That'll be
Boss
great.
man's got to make the decision, but yeah, the Reptile Lounge will be moving to Sundays. Or not,
Very
sorry,
cool.
not another Reptile podcast and the Reptile Lounge altogether. We'll be moving to Sundays. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good
Cool.
deal. It'll be nice to be able to catch that. Yeah, because I don't catch it either. There's so much stuff going on before a show that we just kind of jump in here and do it. But
Yeah,
um,
100%.
Yeah.
for sure.
Fun.
Perfect.
Yay.
So yeah, thank you again, everybody. Appreciate it. Jamie, congratulations. The Jamie number 4 or whoever's hanging out in here tonight, Jamie.
There's so
Rising
I
many.
feel like
Phoenix.
that might have been rigged.
Yeah, congrats
Right.
on the Forge coin. We'll see you guys next week and just finish out your week strong. We always say this on Wednesday. There's a couple days left as all, guys, and then we got a weekend again. So
Yeah.
appreciate everybody for taking their time out and spending it with us tonight and get to meet Jamie and Carl. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right. Everybody have a fantastic night. We'll catch you next week.
Night.
See ya.